Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where we are Jolly Glisserspark, and we're ready to shank you at a moment's notice if we think you're up to something funny, or we're bored, or we're hungry, or a whole bunch of other reasons.
An opening in the metal. That mold should fit perfectly.
It should indeed, Jolly. It's mold time.
Perfect fit.
And it's raw material time. Or bounds. I think we're just going to make 2 suits of medium armour, as we may have discussed in the past. Down we go. Let's spread out the team a touch, see where we might want them all. Jolly, you and Shovel can go over there. Lae'zel, you can stay here by the old lever. And I think it's time for Grim. One must wonder, how was this supposed to work? Was this supposed to happen every time we crafted something? Can you imagine the foreman just going about his regular job, and then it's like, oh, here's Grim again? Or was there some sort of code or lever that we missed that would have switched him off? Either way, Shadowheart is now the prime target, so that's the main thing. So let's bring her over here a bit. Is he going to move this turn? No, he's not. Okay.
This way.
That's fine. Potentially we could do a bit of damage to him right now, just for the fun of it. It's actually quite a bit of damage. Blimey. But we're now going to provoke an opportunity attack if we move, so yeah. Shadowheart, if you would be so good once again. Oh god. She's walked into the lava. What is she playing at? And she's missed. This isn't promising. It's fine, we'll action surge. She'll hit this time. No, she's missed again. And again. I mean, 30% chance, to be honest, wasn't ever going to be great. Astarion can't... Oh, he's got another punch left in him. Which is missed. Okay. And he doesn't have a great deal of movement speed left, so that's kind of unfortunate. Lae'zel, you've got magic missile. What if you were to stand here? You could become prime target. Outstanding. And if you were to move over this way a bit, that should be fine. Off he goes. And he's right under the hammer. That's perfect. Lae'zel. Wonderful. Kind of need the lava back though. So here it comes. He is still prone. So we can't really do much about him right now. But Shadowheart can do something about these buggers. Or at least one of them. That's a start. Jolly can also probably take down at least one. Maybe even two. No, she doesn't have a second action. She's got well, she's got swashbuckler actions. But that probably won't help, because none of them do like 12 damage, do they? Well, Flick of the Wrist comes close, but that's not something we can use. So let's just mock one of them.
My life, part 12, the boring opponent.
Yeah, take that, Magnum effort. You are dull and uninspired. We care not for you. Now, he's not superheated at this point. That's unfortunate, because that means that even if we hit the hammer again, I don't think it'll hurt him. Yeah, he's immune to bludgeoning damage. But he is now going to get up and target Lae'zel, because she's the prime target. So that's fine. Shadowheart can ping this one. Again, it's not fatal. There we go. Yeah, dealing with the methods seems like just a solid first bet. Oh, don't walk in the lava. That was a misclick. Now, are you going to do much of anything? You are going to walk into the lava. Okie doke. And you are not close enough now. What if we... Yeah, it's going to be tricky to get him back into the middle, I think. We jump in with Astarion and stand here. We are close enough to hit him. In theory. We have failed with both of our hits, despite like an 80% hit chance. But let's move back a bit. Maybe he'll come for us if no one else does anything. No, he's chosen to go for Lae'zel again. Very well. Is that just because he was her last prime target? Maybe. So what if she disappears? Yeah, she comes over here. Astarion comes over here. How has he not got enough movement? Oh, I guess he was not prone by the quake. Let's end our turn there and see what happens. Okay, he's going for Shadowheart. Astarion, please put the lava back on at the very least. That's something we could use. Now we could ideally use everyone over here probably to lure him in the right direction. No, I shouldn't have used... Never mind. Yeah, I shouldn't have used bonus action dash there. I should have used regular one. That was an occasion where regular one is superior to the bonus. It's fine. Let's see. Can we nip to here? That missed. He's not superheated, so it wouldn't have worked anyway. Hopefully he doesn't go for shovel. Although, actually let's go back to shovel, cancel enter, because he might go for shovel. No, he shouldn't.
On the move.
And Shadowheart's a good way away. We've royally messed this up.
Not going to last much longer.
Oh, but he's chosen to just stand on the hammer. Like an absolute goon. Amazing. There we go.
Victory is mine. The Guardian's fallen.
Victory is ours. We got a fancy helmet. We got some scale mail. We're encumbered as all heck. We should probably dish out this loot. Now, we could use the medium armor, so we could use the scale mail. For sure. And we can dye it purple. Yes. As for the helm, we got anyone that can use heavy armor. It seems like Shadowheart can. So that's okay. She's got crit protection now, which is wonderful. And a second suit of medium would then go nicely on Lae'zel. Although, I'm getting a new suit of armor for Lae'zel at some point soon. So she doesn't need medium. So, no one needs a weapon either, really. No one needs heavy. I guess Shadowheart can take the other medium. We'll only have 2 of the team protected from crits then, but that's fine. I guess. Inspiration die doesn't have a great deal of effect, but it's a little bit of bonus. Now we're very close to another level. 47 XP, 67, 132, 67.
Another step forward.
I was wondering if that would have been enough to take us over the limit, but it seems not. What's our next goal then? We've got Nier to worry about, but I'm not terribly worried about Nier. There might not be much left in Act 1, and I'd like to get a level up before we think about going to the Githyanki Creche. So, what's happening around here? We've killed everyone down here, yeah? Yeah. Good. So that would be one way to get XP, is just kill everyone. It's a way we kind of enjoy. Yeah, these guys are still alive. Let's see what we can do about that.
I saw you scuttling over Europe. Grab a cane and whip the beasts into shape. That rubble needs clearing, and my patience is hanging on by an arse whisker.
Almost sounds like you're asking for help if I ignore your tone.
And it sounds like your arse wants for a lashing, the way you talk out of it. Something spooks the dumb shits. So stop your jawing and get to working.
Yeah, leave it to me. We'll show them who's in charge.
Go on then. Light a fire under the buggers.
You might mean that literally.
Or I'll swap my cane for an axe.
No more! No more pain, no more work! All must die!
Cool. You sound like you're friendly. We like all must die type attitudes. Give in to your rage and avenge your pain. Don't strike us all though, just your masters. If you strike me as well, we will have to wreck you.
Yes, they made the pain. Now they feel it!
That's the spirit.
Bloody Rose have lost it. Put them down, and the shark too.
And why me? What did I have to do with this? I mean, yeah, you probably heard me talking, so I suppose it's only fair. Let's start with a bit of sneaking, attacking. And then a bit of flick of the wrist. Gah. And then a bit of punchy punch. Wonderful. And then maybe even a bit of kick. Although, bit of shove. Gah. Dang it. Hunter's Mark, really? How's that going to save you?
Got to move.
This bug at the back hasn't attacked yet, so let's soften them up a bit. And one attack it was. Amazing. Lae'zel. Can almost reach that guy, but not quite. So be it. Bam! See ya! And I think this fight's largely done. I'll give you a bit of a punch. Give the old 1-2, and it's over. Everyone's leveled up. Now,
Duergar can't hurt anymore. We'll wait until it's safe to leave.
you do that, but smash that rubble, will you?
You helped me. I helped you.
Yeah, these things are cool. While they're working on that, we can think about leveling up. Our journal's updated. Ooh. Now, we have got Rogue, we've got Warlock. I think, yeah, the plan is get to level 5 in Warlock. So what spell might we require? We've got good charisma. So we can use that if we need to do good stuff with our spells. So we don't have to worry about just using like utility spells or anything. We could take something that will actually hit people. I mean, Hex might be useful. Are we going to be concentrating on anything else? And for our invocations, Agonizing Blast is just generally great. We're not relying on Eldritch Blast, but it might be useful. And then maybe Devil's Sight to see in darkness up to 24 meters. Yeah, I think Devil's Sight will be the way to go. Now, Shadowheart. You have already got an extra attack at level 5. So if you wanted to multi-class, now would be the time. We're going with Rogue. You should also get your dex up a bit. It's like Int is good for your special arrows, but we still need more dex for your regular ones, I feel. And Rogue it is that we're taking now. What abilities might we want? We don't really need Sleight of Hand on you, do we? We've got that on us. What else though? Athletics? Perception's always useful. Maybe double perception. Astarion once again already has his extra attack, so if he was to multi-class, now would be a good time. If he wanted to go Rogue, now would be a good time. And then let's see. He is often our sleight of hand guy, isn't he? Isn't he? I'm not sure. 16 dex. That should probably be higher. Oh yeah, we took Tavern Brawler, didn't we? So that's why it's not higher yet. But yeah, maybe we'll go with Sleight of Hand on Astarion. Perception's already pretty high. Investigation. Athletics. And then Acrobatics is the one that resists being shoved, although they both are. Let's go with Athletics. And Lae'zel now is taking a 5th level fighter and thus getting her extra attack. Now, this isn't a very spell-heavy crew. So the thing that I was going to do once we leveled up again still can't be done because we haven't got the ability to do it. But that's fine, I think. We'll go for a little jog around up here, and then maybe we'll go towards the creche and do the other thing that I have planned. But we've got a lot of traps in front of us that we need to deal with. So this bit is going to be quite dull. Who's our best trap kind of guy. It is probably still Astarion, isn't it? Because of his natural bonuses to sleight of hand. No one's got 18 dex. But you can only fail a lot of these on a natural one, so
There are traps about.
should be pretty easy. After much deciding, we're at the other end. And we're in. Suppose we'll deal with that one as well. Just because. Idol of Shah. Yoink.
An idol of Aisha. It's beautiful. Curious that I found it. Not the first sign of the Dark Lady's power that I've encountered.
Would you like it?
I don't think there'll be any more trouble between Lae'zel and I, if you were wondering. We can all sleep easier now. Well, apart from all the rest.
I've got no plans to murder any of you. But yeah, I'm glad things are friendly between us.
You have an interesting definition of friendly, but yes.
Now, would you like this Idol of Shah?
You thought of me. Thank you. It's beautiful. I'll find a place of honor for it in camp. Nobody's ever given me anything before. What do I owe you in return?
I'll settle for a thank you.
Well, in that case, thank you. I'll always think of you when I look upon it. After I think of Lady Shah, of course. I wonder... perhaps this is connected to the Dark Justiciars. This is no coincidence, I'm sure of it. I need to keep an eye out for more signs. Learn more about the Justiciars' presence in these lands. It could be important. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church.
Well, let's see if we can find anything else in the future.
Thank you. I should have known you'd be understanding.
Yeah, we're kind to our friends. They understand me and I understand them. And of course I thought of you when I saw that. I'm not going to pick up a statue of Shah and think, maybe Lae'zel would like this. You silly sausage. Now we've got another little rumble we can have over here. So let's all hop on. Now, which lever is across? Good. And if you would care to do the honours, Astarion. We know you love a good lockpick. It's a 12. We've got a bonus of 11. We don't even need guidance to guarantee anything other than a natural 1 gets the job done. And what have we in here? Bones. The Sharon Inquisitor. Lux Splendor.
What was that watchword? Lux Splendor. Give a light spell a try. That should get us into that chest.
Which chest are we referring to here? Yeah, I don't see a chest down there anywhere. I don't think we've come across any chests that we can't get into via good old lockpicking. So...
Keep your distance, darling.
I don't know. Wait, we've got a key for this. No, we haven't. Let's try a bit of guidance this time, and it was required, probably. And that's a rumbling. So, Merregons can be hit with melee attacks, I think, without catching on fire. So Astarion can get on with some of that. But then the other buggers, I think, are best not attacked from up close. Blazing Hide. Yeah, the attackers start burning. So... Nice. But let's get on in and see what we can do about one of the others. Bit of pocket sand? No. Guess we'll just chat shit at it then.
Clag-bottomed coward!
Wonderful. And then Shadowheart can ping it. Even with her 16 dex, she is hitting most of her shots. So that's good. And then Lae'zel is normally all about that sword, but I suppose because of these buggers being what they are, we will fire some shots. Which miss, because her dex just isn't great, is it? It's 14, so it's not abysmal. Awful bugger. No, it's nearly down though.
Pay attention! Your body's a temple to an idiot god.
That's a pretty good line. Starring, if you could continue to martial arts this guy. I guess you can do sneak attacks now, although, yeah, you haven't got the weapon for it, so maybe not. And then Lae'zel, you can definitely sword this lad. For great damage. This chest just allows us in. Gets us the Firestoker hand crossbow. But unless we're using
I'm ready.
2 crossbows at once,
Breathe madness.
I think we're best off without a hand crossbow. Do we have anyone who's got the light spell? There's a little cantrip. We do. So what if we do cast it and stroll around down here? Does anything happen? Is there any chest? Doesn't look like it. It's a good trick though, if you want to annoy the Sharons. Use a light spell to lock all your chests, and then it's the last thing they would think of using to try and get them open again.
Onward.
This doesn't allow us progress towards the rune powder barrel, which I don't think we've grabbed yet. So grabbing that should probably be on the table. Which means we need to go back up that way. So why didn't we grab it when we were over there earlier? I guess we just came over here for a spotlight murder, and then that was about it. So we might not face the oozes either.
Oh, the scraps of a nightfall feast.
To break bread in Shah's name, then spill blood in her name. A sacred rite.
Yeah, it's a bit
That's curious.
unusual for us to be disgusted by this. Given, everything else that we do, ever. But if we want to get picky, sometimes I suppose we can. Now, it's oozing time.
My step. Looks like an ambush.
Yeah, it does. Is there anything we can do about said ambush? We can't really see into the ceiling. I think it's fine. Now. That does pretty good damage, all told.
What's your father of laughter?
I'm not sure insulting an ooze really gets you anywhere in the general scheme of things. Alright, a jelly, not an ooze. Same thing. Either way, it's dead. Shadowheart can start pinging it. And she can actually do a sneak attack as well, although we're on our extra attack now. So maybe we can't. Maybe we can only use it on our first attack. I should start bearing that in mind now that she is multi-classed. And then Shovel, just chill out, Shovel.
I will not know failure.
And that one is badly wounded, but that's the best we can do there. Unless Yeah. Fantastic. What are you going to do, Jelly? Two of your friends went down before you could even act. How does that make you feel? Probably not great.
Listen, you! You're greasier than a wall roast.
Yeah, that's probably an apt insult for Jelly.
Throat.
I guess we found one after all. Not enough movement. Well, late out then. Wonderful. Pretty straightforward stuff. A gnome. And a rune powder barrel. Well, there's ways we could deal with this. One of them's very funny. But maybe we want the rune powder barrel? But then again, blowing it up would be funny.
Blood was once spilled here.
You're right, lad.
Keep it together.
What exactly happened there? The rune powder barrel downed him, so I guess he was close enough. From over here, he was close enough to get caught in that blast. I'm glad everyone else hadn't moved just a little bit closer, because, wow. There's some gold over here. And there's Philomene, of course, with a rune powder vial. I'll take that. And then various stuff around the room has exploded a bit. Anything worth grabbing? A few bits, perhaps. Wonderful. A jolly good explosion was had by all. Now, we do need a nap. Wonderful. An uneventful evening. I guess we'll just teleport back down to the Grimforge, see what's going on round and about. Now, there is a scrying eye. Is that a problem? There's also a guard. I don't think either of these things are really problems. Where are you going, scrying eye? You're a long way from anyone of import.
Have I been this way before?
We should be able to take you out if we desire. Stop humming at us. You awful thing. It's watching us. Which means it's not watching Astarion. Although we could just... We don't need to worry about invisibility, I don't think. We can just take it down. Assuming we can hit the damn thing. There we go. It's one less thing to worry about whilst we're out here. Oh, it's a new day. That's why Astarion was missing. Because we haven't done our rituals. We need a potion. We need to talk to animals, not dead.
Amicus animalis.
And we need a long strider. Even Shovel gets a long strider today. Now we could potentially talk to this lad about the history of this place. Now, what do you have to trade actually? Anything exciting? Nothing hugely so. We're leaving. We don't care for your history. I just want to see if you had anything worth buying. The answer seems to be no. But then again, it might be funny to wreck you up anyway.
No choice but to keep going.
Now, I can't stab this guy again, but we can disarm him. Saved against it, but took the damage. That's good enough. Shovel!
I will ascend.
And Lae'zel. Cool. Oh, did you see that? I can explain. My explanation is, I hate you. And your shing's even worse than ours. That's amazing. Whee. Wonderful. Now, we'll take your gold. We don't really need much else. We'll take the trap stuff. Didn't have any spells we needed. So I think we can leave the rest of your crap on the ground.
With haste.
Your mate didn't have anything, I assume. Nothing of merit. This one up here probably didn't either. Thin down the numbers a bit. We could do the old sign up with the Dweger thing. Or we could just come in here and try and kill them all.
The slowest of you lot is getting
That'd be funny.
close to a Rothaean heat.
Now, how do you feel about a shove? Not a fan. So, let's see. They could potentially throw explosives at us. Which we don't really like. I mean, path is interrupted. I guess it's not anymore. Good. And yeah, Thrin, get mocked.
Thou fated fish, thou rancid shark!
Rancid shark.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Astarion. Yeah, go on, just get involved. Do we have enough to get back up the ladder? We do. It's nice to have lots of movement speed. They can come to us. Or they can just turn invisible. Whatever works for them. Now, Thrin has already been softened up a touch. Shovel, you just stay out trouble. Was a good lass. And eventually someone's going to make it up the ladder. And then Astarion's just going to shove them back down again. Great times to be had by all. Thunderwave? We won't have that. What are you tossing? Just regular weapons. That's some good throwing from down there. I'm impressed. Now you're apparently a witness. Witness this, my friend. And then can Astarion do what would be very funny? And just... Ah, dang it. Ah, well. You get to die in an ordinary fashion, my man. The invisible buggers can do whatever they feel is a good idea at the time. And then Thud is the only one who's actually damaged us so far, so he can take some arrows. Shadowheart can possibly introduce him to some more. Well, bolts, I guess, but still. I'm not sufficiently concerned by the difference between bolts and arrows to worry about accurately naming them every time. Now we've got a couple of buggers that we could shove. Although we do also like stabbing a lot. So a bit of that doesn't go amiss. This one is successfully shoved, that's great. And that one's just fisted. You invisible guys can just do whatever it is that you're doing down there. And then we should be able to pick Thud off, I'd imagine. Easy target when they're just in a heap like that. Where's our last one? Brithvar. It's just taking forever to get anywhere near the fight. But again, they've got good throwing arms, these Dweger. But now that we've killed most of them, we could probably afford to venture down to their level, just to speed things up a bit. Can't quite hit this guy from up here. So he can hit us, but we can't hit him. That's the worst. But we should be able to get a shot on him from here. Yes.
Listen here, crusty rogue.
What's wrong with rogues? Jolly. Like, most of our team at this point has at least a level in rogue. It's a valued profession around here. Oh, come on, Astarion. Right. The invisible buggers are getting a bit close. Good for them. Unfortunately, they're now visible again, and that doesn't bode well for them. Let's come down the ladder, and then can we jump? If we've got enough movement left for a jump. We have. Which means we should be able to get within thwacking range of this guy. Outstanding. Shovel, you're just the team mascot, really. That's that one down, and then yeah, we'll come down. Boink. Bit more damage, but nothing we can't live with. He's not living with anything though. And then we've got bugger over there. So I guess we can't reach them to give them a mock or anything. I guess we'll just beat them up in the old-fashioned way. And what could be more old-fashioned than just punching something? Wonderful. Now, did any of you buggers have anything? If any of you do, it's probably Sergeant Thrin. You might have that Thunderwave ring. Yeah, the Ring of Absolute Force. And then the rest of you buggers just don't have a lot going on. Now, I wonder
Keep a blade close.
if it's possible for Astarion to just punch this cave in. It needs what, 22 damage? Yeah, 22 damage. It doesn't have weakness to bludgeoning. It's got immunity to a lot of things. I feel like even with a crit we probably can't do 22 damage. We could blow it up with explosives, of course. But I don't know, it feels like maybe a waste of explosive. We're not that bothered about near, are we? Who we got out here? Wilson and Lunkbug. And Larida has scuttled off over here. Who are you, Larida?
Then I am speaking.
speak in soft whispers, the words all but lost in the hot air.
Yeah, stop whispering, the guards will notice.
We weren't whispering, ma'am, not us.
We're working as we can, Mom. Very hard indeed.
You can trust me. I'm friendly.
Larida, we're hardly overburdened with friends down here. Let's hear her out. Mom, our friends are trapped in the cave-in, and I know a way to get them out.
Oh.
Bug, please. True Solnir will... You know what he'll do.
It sounds like quite the drama. I can't wait to watch.
What? No! Langbug, you can't!
I've got no choice, Larida. We have to chance it. A few days back, there was a scene. Our friend Philomene, she's a sapper, set off a blast and ran off. We set a spot for hiding if someone found trouble. I'll mark your map. If Philomene made it, you'll find her there. She'll have the stuff to blow that tunnel wide open and get Beldron and the rest out.
Well, she's done for. But I've got the powder.
No, it can't be. I told you, Langbug!
Larida, I'm so sorry. Truly. Mum, you have the powder. My Beldron will die back there. Blow up that wall, I'm begging you.
Fine, I'll do what I can.
Hurry! Our people won't last in that cave-in forever.
I was thinking about just ignoring the cave-in altogether. And just, you know, going about my business and waiting for Nier to die. But at some point, I'm going to have to blow it open. So... guess we can do it now.
Get back. One spark and it'll blow.
Yeah, it will. Back we go. And then, Astarion, can you provide the spark?
Beldron, can you hear me? Beldron!
It was a good explosion. Nier, you joining us?
Finally. Worthless slaves. Your incompetence has been my ruin. Nier does not fail.
Finish the slaves, true soul, for the absolute.
As you say, Gilles Lunin.
Yeah, force choke those fools. Bit flashy. I'd have just
this then?
poked them.
The absolute servants dead. Yet a true soul still lives. I am sure there's a sane explanation.
You don't sound like you know the first thing about Sane, Nier. The Myconid Sovereign wants the rock cleansed, and you're the last on the list.
Traitor, you have breathed your last.
What you can do without backup, chummer? Now, he's in there, we're out here. We could potentially rush in. Or we could just give him a spot of Eldritch Blast and wait for him to come to us. And we've been coerced. That's not great. Of all the people you want on your side, it's Jolly Glitterspark.
Step quick.
Eek. Oh shit, it's Shovel also. Not on our side. That makes sense, but I don't like it. Well, fisticuffs for you. Can we finish you before Jolly gets a turn and pokes us all with her blades? It's looking promising. We don't even need action surges. Oh no, you are on side shovel. Is that true? No, it's not. We can control you, but you can't attack near, it seems. At least you don't want to. Well, there we go. Why are we still coerced? That's not great. Ends upon taking any non-psychic damage. Okay, this is for your own good, Jolly. Well, at least it would be if you would stand still. Okay, that... That psionic backlash was in fact psychic damage, so that didn't help. Fire an arrow, please. Starion. Okay, that's not done it. Maybe get in there and bite. That's generally got... Okay, it looks as though we can't quite reach, so I guess fire another arrow. Jeez. Will somebody please just deal some damage to Jolly? Ah, of course, shield. Oh yeah, we should be using Booming Blade on Lae'zel. I'd quite forgotten that. Fine, you asked for this.
Another parasite. Collect it. It might be useful.
Yeah, it might.
The decaying corpse lies before you.
We'll take his head. It's looking promising. We've done this before.
The head breaks off cleanly from the drow's body.
Nice. We probably want the rest of his loot as well, though. But we did enjoy that. Now, what have we got? Tadpoles, a lyre, a dagger, sword of screams. Yeah, we'll take it all. Except for the broken moon lantern, because what do we need that for? We're probably encumbered again. Do we want to increase jump distance, or do we want to pop on some Nightwalkers? I think Nightwalkers might be useful. Does anyone else want to increase jump distance? Maybe Shadowheart. She's not really got anything on the go right now. And I think everything around here has expired.
No, never mind.
No gnomes, no Dweger. There's a few Rotha upstairs. Maybe they will figure out what they're going to do with their lives down the line. Once they realise that everything around them has been murked. And I guess we should wrap up by popping back to our Myconid friend. Sovereign Glut, we have a head for you.
Circle Glut is eternal. As commanded, a capable servant you have made, Kingbringer. You have earned my favor.
Yay.
Once I sang to you of home. Look now on Glut's domain, and tell me what you see.
Maybe just this once we can be diplomatic. No. Same as before, one sovereign or another, it doesn't matter.
Do not feign understanding of the Circle's melody. You were a useful servant. Your service is done. You have received your payment. Now go. This Circle sings only the song of Glut. You are discord.
Yeah, we are. And there's our reward. The Champion's Chain, which gives us Tyrant's Tongue, which allows us to gain a bonus on intimidation checks. Unlike the persuasion checks that you get with Sovereign Spore. Is there anything else that we might wish to do in this vicinity? I don't believe so. So what I think is going to be next is popping back to camp, perhaps. We need a hireling for the next exploit I've got planned. And then we're going to kick off next episode with that exploit. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.